Hello, beautiful people. Today I'll be teaching us how to produce this very beautiful herbal soap. You need this soap, probably at home. I'll be teaching you how to make them very simply at home, especially when you have children. Let's dive in. Okay, here I am preparing my herbal lye solution for this soap. I've got my leaves, that's my lemongrass leaf. When doctor is far, I'll give you a little explanation about this leaf later. I use bitter leaf, I use pawpaw leaf, that's my caustic soda, and my water. So I used 4 leaves here. I used lemongrass, I used pawpaw leaf, I used siam leaf, which is when yanokpaja leaf, ewe akintola, or when doctor is far, and then I used bitter leaf. So I use this for, but I would advise that you limit your leaves to 2. Don't use up to 4. Okay, here I'm washing my leaves because I just plucked them from my farm. They are dusty, so I needed to wash them and add them to my lye solution. I've already mixed my lye solution. I've added my lye to my water to make solution, and here I am. I want to ferment my herbs in my lye solution. This is one way I love to absorb the herbal properties from these leaves into my lye solution and also into my soap. There are many ways to do them. Another way you can do them is actually to blend them with water and then use the liquid. When you do that, remember to subtract the liquid from your total lye water. Okay, so this is the Akintola leaf when doctor is far. This is the siam weed. It's also known as Yanokpaja leaf, and also when hospital is far. And as you can see there. So you leave everything for 24 hours. Like I said, limit your leaves to 2. Don't use up to 4. I used 4 and my soap was not as strong. Though it's fine, but it's not as strong. So just limit them to 2 so that you can just say what the soap is treating. You can decide to use bitter leaf and one other leaf. Just Google and find out the medicinal property of that particular leaf you want to use. Imagine where you say bitter leaf soap, bitter leaf soap. That soap is selling itself already because already the bitter leaf is known to treat malaria. Some people will wash bitter leaf and drink the water to treat malaria. Look at our herbal solution. So we're going to leave it for at least 24 hours. This is it. So here I left it for 3 days, but you can use it after 24 hours. So we're going to go right into production. So this is my oil. I'm using tallow oil. I'm using bleached palm oil. So I used olive oil and I also added coconut oil eventually. So that's my herbal lye solution. So like I said, this is one way of doing it. You can decide to ferment your herbs in your lye. So look at it, it's well fermented and the properties of the leaves absorbed into my lye. So I can go ahead and use it for my soap making. You can decide to blend yours and use the juice. You can also decide to dry it, grind it into powder and use. So here I'm using it fresh. So I'm measuring my oils to use. Remember, we're measuring in grams. So I'm measuring my oils. I've added my tallow. I'm adding my bleached palm oil. So it's easy to make money. Making money is easy. Just think, we have so many things. That's my olive oil. Many ways to make money. We have them around us. We have these leaves all around us. You don't need to go far to get them. Just imagine yourself. You say bitter leaf soap. People will buy that soap. Okay, I'm adding my coconut oil also. We are going right into production. I've added my coconut oil. So already, like I was saying, and I'm adding sulfur. And you already know what sulfur does to the skins. And that is my pawpaw essential oil. I used essential oil, I used pawpaw. So I've added it. I'm making just a small batch. This was the last soap I did in our bath soap series. I just finished having a pet training with my students where I taught them how to produce about 10 different types of bath soap. I taught them how to calculate their own recipe using the soap calculator. I also taught them how to calculate their recipe using the saponification value method. So you can formulate your own recipe if you're in that class. This is the last soap we did in that class. So my oil was almost running out. So I just produced this small batch. And this is the last. So here I'm sieving my herbal lye solution so that the leaves itself will not get into my soap. So you can also decide to join that class. I'll be leaving a link with which you can join that class below, or you can send me a WhatsApp message saying I want to join your bath soap class, and I'll give you the details. And I'll also be showing us some of the soaps we did during that class. We did about 10 different types of soaps. So many. You'll be seeing them here. Just hold on. So here we are going into production. So I've sieved my herbal solution. I want to measure the exact quantity I need so that I can add it to my oils. Then we can start making our soap. In fact, if you see the beautiful soaps we made in this class, I taught them how to make different types of soap, about 10 in this particular class. And I'll be doing more and adding as long as you're in that class. The class is hosted on Telegram. You can learn at your pace, learn from the comfort of your home, and you are ever there. You just register once by making payment, and you are ever there. So I've added my sulfur into my oil. Like I was telling my student, I said, sulfur does not dissolve in water. I've noticed that from experience. So you need to add your sulfur to oil for it to dissolve. If you add your sulfur to water, it will just settle below. So I added a little bit of vitamin E just for my skin. You know what it does. So this soap will be a very, very, very great soap. Imagine all the things I've added to this soap, and I've added my herbal light solution. So this soap can treat different types of skin infection. Remember, just imagine, just go and Google what pawpaw leaf can do to the skin. Go and Google what Akintola leaf can do to the skin. Go and Google what bitter leaf can do to the skin. Go and Google what lemongrass can do. Then you know the powerhouse that I have here. You know that this soap is a powerhouse. This soap will treat different types of skin disease easily. And I also added sulfur. This is my goat milk soap, one of the soaps we did in this series. I'll just be watching. This is my antiseptic and shea butter soap. Antiseptic and shea butter soap. Just be watching. And this is our multi-layered soap. These soaps, they are 100% chemical free. Those soaps we did. This is my chocolate soap, cocoa soap. See how beautiful it is. Do you see how beautiful that soap is? And this is my hibiscus soap. I actually use zobo leaf for this soap. Zobo. You know the zobo we drink. That is, and I use power oil. I use power oil to make the soap. Can you see? Those are the things I taught them in this bath soap series. So you can join us. Send me a WhatsApp message saying I want to join your bath soap class, or click the link below this video to join, to make and register. And this is our activated charcoal. So imagine what charcoal does to the skin. Charcoal itself is powerful. Adding it to soap make it more powerful. So this is my activated charcoal. So in fact, this soap is already sold out. People are already demanding for more. When I posted it on my WhatsApp status, people are already saying, please, I want to buy. I didn't know what. These soaps are very profitable because as small as this soap is, you can sell for as much as 1,500 for 2,000 for 2,500, depending on how much you market them. Okay, our soap is done. I'm pouring it into my mold. Like I said, this is the last of the soap I did in this series. The other soap you're seeing there is actually my pawpaw soap. I already have it in this mold. My molds were occupied. I've done like 4 different soaps this morning. So I've used my molds. So my molds were already occupied. So I had to use this same mold. I've already done my pawpaw soap this morning, which is the soap you're seeing behind. So I had to use this same mold for my herbal soap since there is still space in the front because my molds were occupied. So you can join this class. So join this class. Just send me a WhatsApp message with the number you're seeing on the screen. Just saying, I want to join your bath soap class. I'll give you the details. Or you can click the link below this video to join. You have so many things to learn. I taught them how to calculate your own. I'll teach you how to calculate your own recipe. You don't need to depend on my recipe. You can tweak my recipe. Depend on what you want. Like I was saying, imagine you producing and saying bitter leaf soap. That soap is selling itself already because bitter leaf has so many good things.